UW 360 is proudly supported by BECU, a not-for-profit member-owned credit union. Pacific Office Automation, copy, print, workflow, and IT. Problem solved.
Hi everyone, welcome to UW 360. We are joining you from beautiful Mary Gates Hall here at the University of Washington Seattle campus, home of the Information or iSchool. This used to be known as the Physics Building until it was renamed for Bill Gates' mother in 1995. This is where students come to study and learn, surrounded by state-of-the-art classrooms and technology. This is also where we find a fascinating story about computer apps and whether they're helping or hurting today's youth. We'll learn more about that a little later in the show. We'll also get to know the UW professor who's among those leading the charge to use technology to improve people's lives by helping people with everything from autism to sleep disorders. We'll meet the talented coach and players who've transformed the Husky men's soccer team into one of the best in the country. And we'll celebrate the University of Washington's 152nd birthday with W Day. But first, when's the last time you heard about a company working with its customers to spend less money? That's exactly what Seattle City Light has been doing for the University of Washington for decades. And thanks to that partnership with Seattle City Light, the UW has saved tens of millions of dollars in utility costs. Today, we shine some light on some of the biggest energy and money-saving projects in this partnership.
More than 40,000 students and 30,000 staff teaching, learning, and working in over 200 buildings on campus. The University of Washington uses a lot of energy.
Right now, we're in the university's central power plant. So here on the Seattle campus, we use roughly 300 million kilowatt hours per year of electricity. And 7% of that is generated here on campus in our central steam plant. The remainder is purchased from Seattle City Light.
University of Washington's been our largest customer for years and years.
To help meet the university's enormous energy needs, Seattle City Light and the UW have worked together in a mutually beneficial partnership for over 2 decades.
Whereas University of Washington has been recognized nationally as, one of the most greenest campuses in the country, we think of ourselves as one of the greenest utilities in the country, and it just makes sense that we'd be working together to find new and innovative ways to save energy together and make sure that we're sustainable into the future.
In other words, it makes more sense to save energy than to have to generate more. During the past 20 years, Seattle City Light has given $11 million in incentive payments to the UW to help upgrade some of its facilities with LED lighting, energy-efficient windows, and advanced air conditioning and heating systems. The results?
Over that period of time, we have saved over 75 million kilowatt hours per year and continue to save that annually.
Almost $5 million a year of cost savings to the university. So whether you're at the gym or your dorm or academic buildings, guarantee Seattle City Light is helping in partnership to upgrade that lighting to improve the heating and cooling system and the building envelope.
Although the partnership has helped save millions of dollars in energy costs through innovative ideas, both Saphir and John are quick to point out that some of the best ideas are driven by those who stand to benefit the most, the students.
Saving energy is not only important to our students, but there are many students on this campus that have a passion for energy conservation, renewable energy, and sustainability. And the students at the campus have been very involved in pushing our organization and pushing the administration into moving the conservation up a level.
Finding new ways to be more efficient. It's not just about saving money today. It's about ensuring a brighter tomorrow for everyone.
And so we're excited by the partnership because we think the next great idea might be sitting there in a student walking around campus or in the faculty member who has a next great idea. And whether it's deep energy retrofits or a new community solar installation on campus that's funded by the students, or some other really innovative idea that pushes the envelope of sustainability right here in Seattle is really exciting for us.
Thanks to its partnership with Seattle City Light, the UW has saved more than $43 million in utility costs since 1996. When we return, meet the UW professor who's earning national recognition for using technology to tackle serious health issues as UW 360 continues. Welcome back to UW 360. Every day we hear stories about how technology is improving our lives. Well, in this next story, you'll meet a woman who's made that her mission. UW Professor Julie Kientz is developing computing tools that help people with serious life challenges, everything from autism to sleep disorders. And because of her research, Julie's been honored with a very prestigious award. And when you get to know her, you'll understand why she so deserves it.
Hi everyone. The research that my students and I are working on is trying to
UW Professor Julie Kientz has been named one of the world's top innovators by MIT Technology Review. Now that's impressive, but what's also impressive, this award is for people under the age of 35.
My research interests in general are in the application of technology for supporting health and education for families, children, and individuals.
This is asking information in a way that should be easy for the user to understand.
Using technology to make life better is Julie's passion, though that passion began with four-legged creatures.
I thought I was actually going to be a veterinarian until I did a job shadowing experience, and when I observed my first surgery on a dog, I actually passed out. This happened several times, so after that I realized that the career in technology was probably a more viable solution for me.
Julie focused her education on technology, but there was a missing link. She would find it at Georgia Tech.
When I first got to Georgia Tech, my PhD advisor, Gregory Abowd, had two sons that had received an autism diagnosis, and that's what really got me into wanting to develop technology to support them and their well-being.
Julie's talent for technology and her desire to help children with autism were a marriage made in heaven. By developing a digital pen and paper system, she streamlined sessions with therapists working with autistic children.
What it did was it took a regular pen and paper system and replaced it with a digital pen and paper system and a video camera that allowed them to eliminate the burden of having to manually calculate information on paper.
Nice job, Aiden.
So I'm always driven by the human-centered problems. So what is it about autism therapy, for example, that's hard, and what can we do to make that easier and more efficient and more effective?
This is an application we developed called Baby Steps. So right now I'm logged in under my daughter's account. I've been using this to track my daughter's developmental progress.
Julie's human-centered use of technology inspires her to find ways to support parents and pediatricians.
So this was inspired by wanting to help parents trying to diagnose autism and other types of developmental delays as early as possible. It all comes together into a single database that can be used to communicate how a child's progressing to a pediatrician and help identify the early warning signs of autism or other types of developmental delay.
Beyond developmental delays, Julie builds programs to help people with everything from sleep disorders to easing the challenge of a disability.
So I've looked at a number of ways of helping the visually impaired with various tasks throughout their lives. So one project that we've worked on is called Eyes-Free Yoga. So this was a way of using the camera to be the eyes for the person and then give them feedback verbally in the form of raise your arms a little bit higher, or straighten your legs, or lift your head up to help them get into the correct positions.
For this young and talented technologist, the desire to improve the human condition is definitely programmed into everything she does.
I've always had the desire to kind of be a do-gooder and help out people and try to use whatever talents I have to help people in the best way that I can.
Go. Okay, you can go.
If you'd like to learn more about Julie Kientz's work, just head to our website at uwtv.org/UW360. Okay, when it comes to college sports, football tends to grab the biggest headlines. But over the past few years, another sports team has been turning into quite the powerhouse here at the UW, the men's soccer team. In just 3 years as head coach, Jamie Clark has taken the Huskies into the national rankings each season. And this year, he's eyeing the NCAA championship. Aaron Majowski takes a look at the Dogs' road to the College Cup.
This Husky soccer team is hungry, finishing runner-up in the Pac-12 Conference 2 years in a row, proves to the Dogs that there's plenty more to play for this season.
We like to win. That's simple as that. Stick to our game plan, strong defensively, great teamwork, and we don't want to lose.
Hear the call for away, but it's on cage and in. We said the Huskies were terrific in the air.
We actually had a lot of talent. The last 2 years, we've been playing probably achieving beyond talent. And I think this year, we actually have the talent and we're just achieving as we should.
The Dogs are playing their best soccer in UW history, and they're doing it with one of their toughest schedules ever. It's a big challenge every week, but that's exactly the way 3-year coach Jamie Clark set it up.
Referee!
He's one of the best coaches in college soccer right now, and just the thing that's changed the most, I would say, is just the way we play.
Able to get forward with Jones, and he's got another.
It will be special, and I certainly hope we can do it because it's a good group of seniors who we've actually watched and seen them through. We'll certainly make a run at it, and I think guys are confident, but it takes a lot of breaks. But this is the sort of team that I think can do it.
Coach Clark certainly knows about leading a team. His training started at a young age from one of the best, his dad, who coaches the nationally ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
It would be fun to play my dad at some point, but not until the Final Four. If it was in the Final Four and it was meant someone winning a national championship or someone getting to a final, I think I'd be fine either way. But I don't want to knock anyone out before that. It'd be too hard on my mom.
Here's Jones. No keeper in the cage, and he buries it.
And once again, they're showing plenty of bite in their 19-game season.
Back shoulder, Brad, back shoulder!
Not just in wins and rankings, but in attitude. Their physical play has resulted in a couple of dozen yellow cards. And when you ask the coach, it isn't such a bad thing.
We really try to compete, and we know it's a big part of our game. We know that if we're going to have success, it's going to be by having an up-tempo game, and part of that is aggressive play, and fouls are a result of it.
No doubt the Huskies are playing really aggressive this season, but you know what? They're also playing with a lot of style. And by the way, that's the flip throw.
I did gymnastics for 7 years growing up, and first day out at select practice, one of my teammates was kind of messing around doing it, and I tried it and was successful from day one. And teams hate defending it, teams hate that I do it, but that's the nature of soccer, and that's why teams hate playing us.
I didn't teach him it, he just tried it, and it's just a handspring on a ball, and it happened to go very far, and we're, oh good, let's maybe use this thing now.
Flip throw is fantastic. I mean, it's fun for fans. It's it's a spectacle of sorts, but it's something we get a lot of. It's not a gimmick. I mean, we get goals out of it, and it changes the tempo of play. It puts numbers in their box. So there's a lot of great things for us.
The Huskies hope to take this season to a whole new level. Now, they've reached the NCAA tournament 20 times with their best showing back 10 years ago when they reached the Sweet 16. And this year, the Dogs hope they can just claim the cup.
For more information about the UW men's soccer team, just head to the link on our website at uwtv.org/UW360. When we come back, we wish the University of Washington a happy birthday with W Day as UW360 continues. Welcome back, everyone. The University of Washington celebrated its 152nd birthday this year with W Day. W Day was established in 2011 to commemorate the university's 150th anniversary, and it's grown into an annual celebration of Husky history and pride. This year, the party grew even bigger by combining with homecoming. Austin Siedentoff checked out the fun.
UW students go about their day, every day, and that's great, but sometimes it feels good to just set your work aside and take a moment to remember, hey, I'm a Husky, and that feels pretty good. And that's the kind of pride that W Day is all about.
This year, W Day commemorates UW's 152nd anniversary, and man, is it a celebration. From face painting to free shirts, photo booths, and a free concert from Pickwick, W Day is a festival of Husky spirit.
So this is just a great day in the life of the university.
Everybody likes a party. This is a great one. It's kind of grown organically over the past couple of years. People seem to have a really good time.
Swag-tastic.
And it just seemed like an event worth continuing, just to try and reflect a little bit every year on our past and think a little bit about our future and a little bit about our community. It's our great Husky band and our cheerleaders, and it's just nice. It's almost like my own personal boombox here for the celebration.
I love it. It's actually my third year here, third W Day, and it seems like people get more and more into it every year. So the energy is definitely really strong out here. You see everybody in purple, which I love. You know, school spirit. It's something else.
In addition to being a celebration, W Day is also an opportunity to raise money. One of the several fundraisers, Dollars for Dogs, allowed students to donate a suggested $1 for a hot dog.
So I heard that President Young was gonna, oh, hey. There you go, and there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you. Take it easy.
We've had very generous support from our students. A lot of people were donating $1 for a dog, but then other people were giving $5, $10, $20 bills. So really, really generous students. And all the proceeds go to the Husky Pride Fund.
Dollars for Dogs raised a total of $2,134, and all of W Day's fundraisers together raised over $150,000.
Hey, John.
There's no doubt that putting W Day together took coordination from a lot of different organizations. And this year, for the first time, one of the key contributors was student government.
In the past, we haven't had as vast of an input within W Day, and I feel like this is a great step to have students raise their voice and tell the university what they want out of programs like these.
This year, W Day is partnered in joint cooperation and spirit with our homecoming game in celebration of our history and pride. And let's be real, where are you going to find more Husky pride than at Husky Stadium?
One day later, and W Day has rolled into homecoming.
Whose house? Dog's house! Whose house? Dog's house! Whose
Husky fans, as always, were explosive.
Go Dogs! You enjoy W Day?
Absolutely.
And this just, W Day rolls right into this.
This rolls into the dog game right here.
W Day is about taking a moment to celebrate Husky history and pride. And now, it's game day. Here's to 152. Happy birthday, UW.
Up next, are smartphone and tablet apps helping or hurting the next generation? A UW professor here at the iSchool tackles that question as UW 360 continues. Welcome back to UW 360 and the university's information or iSchool. It seems like no matter what you need these days, there's an app for that. Young people especially have become so reliant on smartphone and tablet apps that experts say it's actually leading to the emergence of something called the app mentality, where young people increasingly come to see the world as basically one big collection of apps. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? UW Professor Katie Davis here at the iSchool was determined to find out. She co-wrote a fascinating book that explores whether apps are helping or hurting today's young people.
I love my phone, I love my apps.
It's like every 5 minutes I'm constantly checking my phone.
Let's face it, young people are immersed in digital technology. In fact, there's even a name for them.
The app generation.
The app generation is riding a tidal wave of technology, and Katie Davis has collected an ocean of information about them.
I'm an assistant professor at the University of Washington Information School, where I study the role of digital media technologies in young people's social, moral, and academic development.
Based on years of research with educators and young people, Davis has co-authored The App Generation with a renowned Harvard psychologist.
Howard Gardner is a living legend in the world of education and beyond.
The book explores how apps are shaping our youth, for better or worse.
Certainly in our book, we make the argument that technology is a double-edged sword. If used in moderation, if used wisely, technology can open up exciting new worlds for young people. The other side of that double-edged sword is that young people become overly dependent on technology for the answers to all their life's questions.
And it seems like for every question, there's an app with an answer.
There are hundreds of thousands, if not bordering on into the millions, of apps for just about any function that you can dream up.
Definitely, I can't imagine my life without technology.
We talked with some UW students to see what's on their phone today.
I use Facebook a lot, Instagram. Favorite game app, I do Candy Crush a lot.
So Facebook, in a way, is very beneficial, but it depends on how you use it as well.
Since I commute, I use One Bus Away a lot. It's one of the most convenient apps I use.
I probably use Twitter and FaceTime the most. Both my parents are actually deaf, so I use FaceTime all the time to communicate with them through sign language and stuff like that.
According to Davis, for young people, the digital world defines their world.
They're branding themselves for public consumption. And so this emphasis is on the exterior, the external packaging of the self, which really takes away from an internal look at the self.
Whether or not digital technology proves to be too much of a good thing remains to be seen, which brings to mind an old adage.
Yes, everything in moderation.
And I find that without any technology connection, I actually become more efficiency doing homework.
I feel like we're missing out on like important business skills or just important life skills to like be able to have a good handshake, eye contact, and stuff like that because we're constantly online.
So we are absolutely not saying that technology is bad. That would be foolish because technology is here to stay. But what we are saying is that the way we relate to these technologies is one that we have to pay attention to.
If you'd like to learn more about Professor Davis's work or any of the stories we covered today, just head to our website at uwtv.org/UW360. And that does it for today's show from the UW iSchool. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time with all new stories from the University of Washington.